Hey everyone, how you doing? Let's get rid of this thing. I hope everyone's having a good Sunday. Let's see, we got to go back to the main menu. Okay, we're on to the next thing in this particular game, which is the treehouse, which I'm given to understand is quite a bear to to do. So it should be interesting. Let's go in. Just making sure all the audio's looking good. Looks like it's fine. You probably think I built this filthy treehouse deep in the forest because I've let myself go, but actually, it's because I'm searching for the missing link. Problem is, whilst I'm out here looking for them, and even sometimes in the dead of night, pranksters come all the way out here, hollering unearthly noises and chucking stinky mud around. A few times now I've slid down the steps and clean off the edge. Of course, I've got the reflexes of a mongoose, so I always land on my feet and never break no bones. But it's probably time to get the place hosed down all the same. Thanks, Hunter. For $1,500. Nice. Hey, Tor, how you doing, man? How's the Assassin's Creed playthrough going? Ooh, look at this place. That's gonna be interesting. Now we got the soccer ball down here. A balance board. Meh. He's got cameras set up around. That's funny. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a good time. We got several levels. Table. Little house up here. More tables. Okay, oh, there's my ladder. Alright. And we got railings all the way around. Yikes. Yikes, that's going to be fun. And then we got a spiral staircase. Boy, yeah, I can see why people say this one's a bear. This looks like it's going to be interesting. But okay, we'll get going. What does that say? Can I get over there? No. Can't really make out what that says. I don't have a zoom key. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. Mine's okay. Not much to do today. I got some chores to get done, but it's fine. I got plenty of time, given that football season is now officially over. So. I know it's not, but for me it is. Spent 2 hours picking up viewpoints, so took a small break. Still reading Dragon Ball Z this week. I will probably get on Valhalla later. Cool. Viewpoints, huh? 2 hours, wow. So you're playing the, I'm sorry, I know I'm supposed to remember. You're playing the Viking one, right? Okay, sign's done. Keep away. What does that say? Stay out. Okay. Alright, there's a start. I got 2 signs done. Warning. You are correct, sir. Yeah. That's what I thought, but I wasn't positive. Another sign done. Warning private property. And no visitors. This person is really doesn't want people on his property. Alright. What's going on? Why are you not clean? Why can't I get a... okay. There we go. I feel like the screen's a little bit on the low side. What's going on here? Let's try and lift that up a little bit. Nah, it doesn't want to do it. Alright. Fine. Fine. You know what it is? It's the taskbar. Why is the taskbar up? Get that thing to turn off. Where is that stupid? How do I make it turn off? Touch keyboard, others as in taskbar behaviors. Auto hide. Hide the damn taskbar. Jeez. Why is that sitting up here? Go away. There you go. Okay. Now that we got that all straightened out. Admin exposed. Is that bad? Did I just like give everybody access to my computer? Whoops. No, go away. Go away. So yeah, we'll be talking about the games as well as a couple of other bits of information that are relevant to the site this week. Some stuff did transpire this week that you guys might be interested in. That yeah, you might find of some interest. Starting with number one, by request, we do now have a Discord server up. Somebody asked if I would put one up, and I was like, well, sure, why not? I don't know how active it'll be. I don't, you know, we have such a small community. I don't know that it's going to be super, you know, busy over there, but if you guys want to see it, it's over there. You guys can check it out. I set up something. I don't know if it's... I'm not the biggest expert on Discord. In fact, I haven't even used it in a while. I had a Discord account, whatever you call it, but just to follow other people, but I hadn't really used it in a long time. And I created a new one for this particular server because I didn't want it overlapping and stuff, but so we have one. It's the link is on my About section if you want to go check it out. I will also try to put it in the description below after the stream's over. Okay, all these tires. So yeah, someone had requested that, and you know, I don't know. Normally I'm not really that interested in social media stuff, and Discord kind of is. I mean, I get it. It's kind of just a community thing, but yeah, it's not. Why not? What can it hurt? What are we doing here with this stuff? Balance steps, huh? I guess we don't have to clean the bottoms, the little stands. That's easy enough. Hang on. No, just imagining someone might think, seeing your computer settings and being picky about it, it was meant to be a joke, which it failed. Looks like I would have done. Okay. No, it's fine, man. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't expose something that was gonna like make my system vulnerable. It shouldn't, but although I'm pretty good with hardware. I really suck at like Windows settings and stuff. I really don't. I've lost track of how to deal with all that crap because I just really don't care. So, as long as it works, I don't give a rat's ass about Windows and all of its various nonsense. Okay, I think we've done all the preliminaries, or at least some of them. Yeah, I guess we have. Okay. Right, let's move on to the actual building itself, starting with the stairs. Let's see, hang on. Give me what's let me pull that back up again. What's on here? There's nothing on here, it's just the taskbar. Yeah. It's fine. You have to realize too that I'm in like a much lower resolution than I normally am. I'm usually in 4K, but when I stream, I knock it down to 1080p. Because I don't think my internet would be very happy with me if I tried to stream in 4K. I don't think that's going to be. I have a pretty decent internet connection, but that might be a little much for it. So. Okay. All right. Steps. Try to get all the bottoms of these. This one didn't get very done. Oh. Yeah, none of these at the bottom got done. Okay. All right, that looks pretty decent, except for that. So yeah, stop by if you want. I mean, I set it up. I don't, I don't know how really what were good categories for us. I just set up a category for each of the games, and one for the older games and game suggestions, and stop by if you want. Anyone who's looking at this either now or later on. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm drinking water, keeping hydrated. I don't know if that's coming through on the mic or not, but hey, we dinged another piece. Fun fact about your Destroy All Humans Let's Play: the guy playing the ship's controller voiced Alpha 5 in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Oh, cool. The ship controller voice. The ship controller. So you mean the like the head alien guy? Because he's the voice you hear the most, right? Crypto almost doesn't really speak a lot. Like he'll speak every once in a while in the cutscenes, but the person you're mostly hearing is the head alien guy. I don't remember what his name is. Oh, that's cool. He does a good job. he's pretty funny. The game's kind of like a semi-comedy game, so you know, it kind of relies on, I don't know what I'm doing, the actors and stuff. So he does good. It's pretty interesting. So is this hand roll all? Yeah, this hand roll's all one piece. Okay. Oh dear. Yeah, this is going to be a bear. I can see that already. Look at all these railings. Oh my god. We are definitely not finishing this one today. That's just not going to happen. Goodness gracious. At least it cleans easy. You know, I don't have to go over it more than once. So we can get a lot of this from the stairs side. Just gonna get the outsides, really. Okay. Make sure the ropes are clean. Alright, I think we're good out here. We'll talk about Destroy All Humans in a little while. I don't want to get too out of order because if I do, I'll forget to go back and talk about the first game and stuff. But I do want to chat about it. Okay, that's pretty good, at least on this side. Alright, the rest of it we can get on the stairs. So, what was I going to say about God of War? There was something about it that was... Now I've completely forgotten what I was going to say about it. Oh well, I'm sure it'll come to me. I can tell you guys that as of right now, I have taken down 3 of the Berserkers, so that's pretty good. 3 out of 10. Well, 3 out of 11 really, because I think they added one in the DLC. But still, 3 out of 10, not bad. And I ran into I ran into 3 more, but 2 of them are completely undoable for me right now. I'm way too low a level to deal with them, because there's one of them that's a pair of guys, and there's another one that's a triplet of guys, or of people to take on. So yeah, you need to be like well into level 8 before that's gonna happen. But so those two I'll do later for sure. But then there's a third one that I just ran into today. Well, that cleaned up pretty fast. That's a single guy that I think I can take. I might be able to. I didn't do it on camera today, but because I think it's going to take a little bit of practice. I looked him up. He is considered relatively hard, one of the more difficult ones. What's his? I don't have my list up. I don't know what his name was. Somebody the Stolid. He's kind of in the middle to high end of the list. I mean, obviously he's below the big guy, the king guy, and he's below the multiple guys. So there's 3 above him that are, you know, because they're just, you know, the big guys. But then of the singlets, he's pretty high up on the list. So yeah, and he wasn't easy. But even on the first attempt, I wasn't doing too bad. So I think he's doable. I just have to probably practice. I mean, I could probably get a couple of levels under my belt and take him on with no problem. But yeah, you know, if he's considered one of the more difficult ones, or at least relatively high up there in the list, I'm not as worried about the Berserkers as I thought I would be. Now, when we get to the doubles and the triples, yeah, that's gonna be a pain in the butt for sure. But I think it's probably doable with enough levels under my belt. So at least at the moment, I'm fairly optimistic. I've spent the last 3 episodes. I think, let's see. Let me just take a look here. You've seen one of them. You've seen the first one where I explored in Svartalheim. I spent another episode exploring Svartalheim and to pretty much finish it off as much as I could. And we pretty much did. We've done everything in Svartalheim that's doable right now. There's a couple of undiscovered things that are still left. And then there's maybe one Berserker gravestone that I can't do yet. Watch him be a Souls level boss. Yeah, I think the final Berserker guy, the king, is indeed a Souls level boss. You know, that's going to be a Sigrun style fight. I have no doubt about how difficult he is. You know, it's the penultimate, or not the penultimate, but basically the final optional boss, right? He's supposed to be like the most difficult thing in the game, and I would imagine, at least I imagine. I don't know about the DLC or anything, but he's meant to be quite a challenge, just like Sigrun was in 2018. And I killed her. I took her out, so you know, if I killed her, I can get him. It'll be painful and difficult and all those things, but I'll do it. We'll get him. I can't remember how long it took me to do Sigrun. Several hours, I do believe, as I remember. This barbecue's in my way. I'm going to have to come out here on the other side with the scaffolding, I think. But yeah, so I spent 2 episodes in Svartalheim and finished that off as much as possible. It's not totally done because there's a couple of undiscovered things still, and I don't know what those are. I have no idea. Because they're clearly something that's past where I got to in the game the first time. Since I'm almost just about there. I'm just about where I was the first time I played it, way back when it first came out. And then this week I spent in Alfheim, finishing that off the same way. Same thing. Got it as far as I could possibly take it. Did everything there is to do in Alfheim except for the undiscovered stuff, which is just a couple of things, and then a couple of the berserkers. Like I said, one of which I think I can probably get. So, or hopefully I can get. We'll try. If I have time this week. I think I might have time this week. I'm not sure. Work as usual is being a pain in my butt, so as normal. But okay, this is looking pretty okay. These railings, man. Let's see, how far around do these go? Okay, we'll go around the outside or the bottom level, maybe, and then we'll get around to the outside. That might be the plan. I might do a God of War, depends on how good the walkthrough is. You need to start with God of War 1. Nah, I'm kidding, you don't. You don't. You can start with 2018 if you want to. I know a lot of people who did. But I quite enjoyed all the God of War games. They were good. They were good. Except for Ascension. Ascension can bite me. And what was the other one? Betrayal? Betrayal was different. It was fine. But, you know, for a handheld, for like a, what was that, like a Nintendo DS game or something. I played it, it was fine. The rest of them, though, I really enjoyed that entire series. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Ugh, got all that up there. Jeez Louise. Hey, I saw that. Finish it. What, Ascension? No. Ascension can bite me. That's where the developers lost their goddamn minds. Actually, I have nothing against Ascension. It's it was a fine game. It was, in fact, I think I said this last week. I thought when I was doing Ascension, I was actually thinking this is easier than a normal God of War game, until you get to that difficulty spike right at the end, and then it's just a freaking insane nightmare. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. It was ridiculous. And it wasn't ridiculous in a fun way. It was ridiculous in a very aggravating, frustrating way. Because if you died, which you would, you have to go all the way back to the beginning again. And that's what killed it for me. If I was making progress, I'd be fine with it being hard, as long as I was able to progress. But the fact that there's no save point in that entire section, just no. I'm not going to put myself through that. Screw that. Imagine if somebody was depending on your walkthrough to finish that game and won't. Well, I was right at the end. You can take it from there. Oh, I literally like an hour left in that game. When I was like, hell with that. I feel like you'd be alright. Besides, nobody relies on me for anything. But yeah, God of War went fine today. We did some exploring. I think in the next week, I'm going to go back to the story because I think we're done. Alfheim. Let's see, Alfheim and Svartalheim was the ones that I did. Those are two of the big major areas of the game. There's two more. There's Midgard and Vanaheim, I think, are the other two big ones. So those four realms are where you spend the majority of your time. Now, you do spend some time in the other realms. Don't get me wrong. You actually spend time in all 9 realms. But those are the big ones. Those are the giant ones with lots and lots of stuff to collect and do. And so I did 2 of them. For a minute, I was thinking maybe I could do some of the others, and maybe even Muspelheim as well, because Muspelheim I haven't even been to yet. But then realized I was going nuts. I needed to get back to the story, so we're going to go back to the story for a while, and then we'll go back and do like maybe another couple realms like that. Maybe we'll get Muspelheim in there and do the challenges there after we do some story for a while. I don't want to, I want to go back and forth a little bit. I don't want to get stuck on one thing. But for a minute there, I started going insane and was like, yeah, I'm going to do like, Midgard, and I'm going to do Muspelheim, and then we'll go to Vanaheim. No, don't do that. Nobody would be watching by the time I did that. Might depend on the game, not for Ascension, mine. Might depending on the game. Yeah. I suppose. Maybe Saints Row. I consider myself an expert in Saints Row 1 and 2. Maybe even 3. You guys can rely on me for those. I'll let you do that. Okay, looking pretty good here, I think. We got one of these steps done. Nice. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I think we're in good shape with God of War. I think I can't tell how far through it we are. I know we're over halfway. I've got that far, but I don't know. It's hard to say. I have about 70% of the collectibles now, so you could go by that number. That's not totally accurate because there's still some undiscovered stuff, but I don't think the undiscovered stuff is very much. It's like, quests and stuff, side quests and stuff. So that's like a one-off here and there. You just got financially lazy near the end of the... yeah. GTA 5. Oh yeah, GTA 5. Yeah, I think I did a good job in GTA 5. Did I get financially lazy? I think I was rich. There was no reason to do any more. Because I did the stock market thing. So all my characters were multimillionaires. Or even higher. I think Michael was like a billionaire or something. I can't quite remember. Did I max him out? I might have maxed him out. Like, money-wise. Maybe not. I don't know. I think there is a way to do that. But I may not have done it. It's not necessary. It's yeah, I suppose it's a thing you could do, so I maybe should have done it, but It's funny that in GTA 5, both me and Michael have namesakes in that game. The problem is his is way cooler than mine. My namesake in that game is quite the character. It's not exactly the best role model for my name. There were a couple of heists. Some characters could have gotten you more money if you picked the teams right, but you said that by putting you got too much money. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think I do kind of vaguely remember that now, yeah. I have such a bad memory, I swear. I barely remember what I did yesterday. I can't remember what I did 3 years ago. But, yeah. That was a fun game. I'm looking forward to GTA 6. We'll see how it goes. You can get burned by that. I mean, not every game is going to be great. But Rockstar usually doesn't do bad games. So. I'm thinking of Saints Row specifically, in that I love Saints Row 1 and 2, especially 2. 2 was a great game. 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. And then Saints Row 3 came out, and it just wasn't as good. It's fine, don't get me wrong. It's a good game, but it wasn't Saints Row 2. So, and I think they petered out as each one came out. They were less and less good. And the last one I played a bit of, not even very much, and it was like, ugh. And not because I minded the characters. I mean, a lot of people didn't like the characters in the Saints Row reboot. I didn't mind the characters. They were fine. Oh, look, we came all the way around. Good for me. Yeah, they were fine. I don't mind that they were using college. It's a little bit weird, but it's fine. I didn't have any problem with it. But what I did have problems with was the gameplay, and it was buggy as crap. So I found the gameplay to be clunky, awkward, all those adjectives. Okay, what I'm gonna go do right now is maybe get out the where's that thing at? This thing. I wonder if I can get the ladder. Do you think the ladder will sit on these things? That might be easier. Let's go find out. I think I saw it up here, right? Let's see. The conspiracy theorist, right? That's your namesake, if I remember. Yeah, it's Trevor's like friend, pilot friend. The guy who lives next door to Trevor. He's always going, "Gee, Trevor, I don't know if I can do that." Yeah, he was kind of a wimp. Okay, we can't use this ladder. This ladder is specifically for the house. So, okay, no go there. We're going to have to use the scaffolding. So that's fine. We can do that. Oh, there's 2 scaffoldings. Hey, how about that? Okay, so I want to do... getting this in here, of course, is going to be interesting. This might not be the easiest thing to maneuver around. Okay. Alright, let's try this. What is this called? Lower deck railing. Yeah, okay. Right. Okay, that seems all right. Oh goodness, this thing's gonna be tricky to get in here. I can see that right now. Can I get it in here? No. This might not be that useful. Come to think of it. Okay. That seems all right. Yeah. This has a line of dirt underneath. Okay. I'd say we're probably good. What if we have to do this inside lip? Probably. We'll just get it done. Whatever, it's fine. I'll tell you what. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Hey, that railing's done. Awesome. I don't know what that means. I'm confused because no, it's not. Oh, yeah, maybe it is. Okay. All right, that's fine. So I guess these are separate pieces. All right, cool. The joist is done. So, I mean, I think that's all I have to say about God of War. It went fine. I don't really have any things to say about it. I would like to get at least one more Berserker done, just so, you know. I feel like there's a huge difference between having 6 more Berserkers to do versus having 7 more. I don't know why, but that just seems like a giant jump for me. So it would be nice to get one more. So I would like to get that one last guy if I can. I might be slightly low to get him in terms of my level, but I'm like level 5.5-ish. He's probably more like a level 6 kind of Berserker. But I'm not that far off, so we might be able to get him. We'll see. I will see you soon. Off to get some food and continue watching the DBZ anime. Okay, take care, man. Thanks for stopping by. I'll chat with you later. That's done. That's nice. Okay. So yeah, let's talk about Destroy All Humans, which I think is a pretty. I don't know if it's exactly what I expected, but I'm having fun with it. It's a good game. I like it. I had never ever played that game or even seen any gameplay footage from it. I had no idea going into it what to expect at all. So it was totally a mystery, which is always a little bit dangerous because, you know, what if I go into a game and realize I hate it? But, you know, so far that hasn't happened, thankfully. So let's see, this thing is done, except this rim joist is not done. What's up with that? Huh. I don't know. Maybe it's continues on this side. Yeah, maybe. Okay. So yeah, I mean it's definitely an interesting game. It's fun. It's fun. You know, it's by Pandemic Studios, which is the same people who did The Saboteur. That's one of the reasons I put it in the slot that I did. I thought it would be cool to continue on the Saboteur um, kind of theme, or the not really the Saboteur theme, but the Pandemic Studios theme. I'll keep them there. So, although the one I'm playing is a remake, it's a remaster of that game, which was done by Wolf's Head Studio, I think it's called. They seem to have done a decent job. So I don't know what the original looked like, but because, like I said, I've never even seen this game. I've heard of it. I've definitely heard of it. It's been referenced before, but I've never seen anybody play it. I like it. I was a little worried about the challenges, but I think because when I first did the challenges, I was like getting terrible scores, nowhere near what I needed to get 3 stars, or I would get 1 star or 2 stars and then wouldn't be able to get much higher than that. And yeah, I was a little bit concerned by the challenges, but I think they're doable. I've run into 1 or 2 that are still a little bit hard, maybe a little bit out of my reach, but I think the upgrades will help with those. I think there's upgrades that will definitely come into play with those challenges. So I'm not too terribly concerned. I did a race in the second area. Like the first area I did the race and I just couldn't do it. And I was like, well, maybe we need to get an upgrade for that. And I think that's true. But the second area, I did it like second try. And the first try I only failed because I lost sight of the little probe thingy that I was supposed to be following. I wasn't looking at it. I got distracted by the things that I was picking up, and then when I looked over, it was gone somewhere, and I didn't know where it went. So I just aborted that one and started over. Oh, these are separate pieces. Oh boy. At least, like I say, at least this thing is easy to clean. I don't have to go over things more than once, so that's good. It's just a lot of surface area. Hey, Tag, how you doing, man? I think Tor just took off. How's things over there? I hear it's cold. Is it still cold over there? I thought I remember reading on the news that you guys are going through a cold snap or something. All good. Not working on a Sunday for a change. Nice. I don't work on weekends. I don't know how people do that. Well, you do what you have to do. I did it when I was in college, so I suppose it's doable if you have to do it. But fortunately for me, I don't anymore have to do such a thing. About normal? Oh, okay. What was I reading? Maybe that was here. Maybe that was the Midwest in the United States. That might be the case. I might be confusing the two. The UK North Dakota, same thing. We did a pretty cold snap for the first couple weeks of January. Okay. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. How are you? I'm doing all right. Yeah, I'm good. Everything here's fine. It's fine. Nothing really to report. I'm back at work, so you know, like in December, I had a bunch of time off. So I got to like relax and play games that weren't for this for the channel, and now that's all over. And I got to do like programming challenges and stuff, and yeah, that's all gone out the window. I just don't have time. It's easy, if I'm not doing this, or at work, I'm sleeping. That's about the only. That's my life. I mean, that's not true. I have evenings to myself and stuff, but by the time that comes around, I don't want to sit at the computer and do other stuff or even really watch TV. But yeah, everything's just fine. That's moving along. What was that? We're almost done with this underside, at least for this part. So yeah, sorry, I was in the middle of talking about Destroy All Humans. So you'll have to catch up, Tech. So yeah, it's not a super long game. It's I feel like, though, my original intent was to try and find all the, there's the collectibles, the probes in the areas. You guys have probably seen. My original intent was to try and find those on my own. But the game does not give you any help. There's no maps. There's no upgrade that tells you kind of where they are. They don't appear on the minimap. You just got to find them. And what I'm finding is I get down to like the last few, and then I just have a hell of a time trying to find them. And that's not very compelling gameplay, I've decided. It's not super interesting watching me just wander around trying to find these damn probes. So I'm probably going to give in and use a map to find the rest of them. I'm thinking I maybe will try to find as many as I can on my own, but without it getting too crazy. But yeah, I'm going to have to give up on the idea of trying to find them by myself. I mean, I've got 24 out of 25 out of Turnipseed Farm. And there's one more, and I've hunted all over the place for that damn thing, and I cannot find it. And it's, I'm down to like the last 6 or 7 in the second area, whatever it's called. And then there's 50 of them in Santa Modesta. Which I haven't really even started looking for yet, but it's like that's a lot, right? And I haven't really I haven't explored Santa Modesta very much, so I don't really have a good feel for how big it is, but I think it's pretty big. So I don't want to keep wandering all over. I mean, can you imagine you're down to like 3 or 4 and there's you have a huge area to look through and there's nothing to help you out. I mean, they could be anywhere. And they're not small. They're pretty big and pretty obvious, but it is a large area. I don't know. I don't think it's really worth spending a lot of time trying to find those things and making you guys watch me do that. That seems boring, so I'll probably rely on a map that I find online somewhere. Just give up on that idea. It's a little bit, I hate to do it, it's a little bit of a shame, but I think it's probably unrealistic. If I was playing on my own, then I would definitely do it by myself without any help. But given that I'm trying to record this and put it up and make a compelling gameplay video out of it, you know, I don't think it's worth spending the time on. So we're going to do a map, I think. We'll see. Like I said, I think I might try to find as many as I can on my own, and then when we get down to like the last 10 or 15%, I'll go get a map and we'll go track them down that way. That way I'm not spending too much time hunting around. Boy, this place is a mess. Yeah, I get that. I got to balance enjoying the game and keeping the LP moving to, yeah. For sure, man, for sure. But yeah, I like it. I think it's a good game. You know, it is a bit of an older game, so it's a little bit on the clunky side sometimes. But I'll be interested in seeing what they do in the sequel. It's not a super long game, like I said. It's relatively short. Even if I drag it out, which I might do. Didn't mean to delete that. Thought I said edit. Realized I used the wrong 2. Oh, it did delete. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's all right. It's on recording. We got you on recording. Yeah, I'll be interested in seeing what they do in the second game. So yeah, the first one, you know, if I drag it out, if I do one mission per episode, it's still only going to be like 20 episodes. It's really not that long of a game. And I might do that, and I might not. It kind of depends on the challenges, really, honestly, how fast I can get through those challenges. There's 24 challenges in total. Some of them I found pretty easy. Some of them I have found very, very difficult. So it really depends on how fast I can get through those as to how fast I want to go through the missions. So we'll see. There's 24. I think I've done 4 now to 3-star level. I think that's right. I don't think I've done 5. There's one kind of challenge, which is, it's not Rampage, but it's the other one that's like Rampage. So there's 4 different kinds of challenges. Only 3 of them have opened up so far. So the 3 that have opened up in all 3 areas that I have been to. So that means there's 9 challenges available right now, 3 in each area, and I have done 4 of them so far. All the way to 3 stars. So, I mean, you know, they're doable. They're certainly doable. And that's, you know, with pretty minimal upgrades so far. I haven't gotten super far into the upgrades. So I think they're doable. They're not going to be anything that's super, super hard. I don't think. I mean, it could be famous last words, but we'll see. That one race in the first one, the race in Turnipseed Farm, scared me because I couldn't do it at all. I could get pretty close, but I couldn't quite push it over to 3 stars. And I was like, and that was of course the first race I did. I was like, oh god, these are going to be a bear. But the second race I did, no problem, piece of cake. The second race in, what's the name of that second area? I don't have my list in front. Hang on, let me see my list. Where's my list? Just a second here, guys. Rockwell, that's what it is. Yeah, the race in Rockwell, I plowed through, no problem. So, but yeah, it's a fun game so far. I like it. So let's see, this lower deck is actually close to done. Okay, yeah, cool. Of course, this damn table's right in the way. I'm just getting the next Resi vid ready for my... Oh, nice. Sweet. Those are fun. You and the guys. Hey, there we go. Okay, we got ourselves a barbecue. This is what my barbecue looks like outside right now. Because it's been raining. Actually, it's been, it rained like right towards the end of December, beginning of January for a while. And then it stopped. It's been pretty nice. But my backyard is still a mess. I need to work on that this summer for sure. I need to get that moving along. It's been sitting for far, far too long. Let's see, this barbecue side table, okay. Let's see, can we get in there? Sorta, kinda. Okay, getting there. Come on, you damn table. Ding already, will ya? It's being stubborn, these guys. Man. Alright, what is the problem here? That one's gone. Okay, there you go. There you go. And what's this guy's deal? Oh, there it is. Boy, we're so close to this thing that I can't get the thing to go right. Okay, I don't see any issues with this guy. What's going on? Come on, damn it. Dang. What the hell? What is wrong with this thing? Sometimes I wonder about these things. I don't see anything on here. Like, seriously. What the hell? Why can't I stand up? Stand up, dude. Seriously, stand up. Beats me. I don't know what's wrong with it. Huh. So, how far through Resi are you? You guys, let's see. I'm trying to think of what episode number I just watched. But, it seems like you're a pretty decent way through it, right? I have no idea what's wrong with this thing. This is ridiculous. This barbecue side table is just being ridiculous. There's nothing on here. Jeez. Yay. Finally. Okay. Barbecue. Oh, I think that's going to take a little bit more. This one might need soap. Metal cleaner, there you go. Perfect. Oh yeah, that's nice. Can I give you some missing link facts based on what I've found so far, if you like? Well, sure, my man. Do it, go for it. Do it. Are we at 20% already? Yeah, we are. Wow, look at us. So, you have chosen the way of death. I think from where we are up to, we're nearly done with the main game and finishing 4 or 5 chapters, but to have another game mode to do afterwards. Okay. Did I know that? Did I know that game has another, or that game has a second game mode? Like the hardcore, is it? In regards to what has been uploaded, I think it's about close to about 1 out of 4. Okay, a quarter. Barbecue's kind of tricky. And the problem is I'm so close to it. The gun's going everywhere. So let's talk about Dragon Ball. shall we? Usually I don't have a whole lot to say about Dragon Ball, and that's because it's called Separate Ways. The extra game mode follows another character through the same story. Oh, really? I didn't know it did that. Oh. Not that I know that much about Resident Evil, mind you, but I did not know it had a separate story, or a separate character. That's cool. Well, it's a fun game. I'm quite enjoying it. I like it. I like all the Resident Evil games. They're interesting. I've played through Resident Evil 1. At least one of the characters, not both of them. I think I started the second one, but I didn't get very far. Yeah. Good game. Good series. I don't know if I could do it. It's kind of, you know what I think when I watch that game, watching you guys play it, it is pretty janky. Like, as soon as you pull your gun, the camera points off in a totally different direction than your. I was like, oh, that's got to be rough. That's that'd be an interesting game to take on for sure, because it's just, you know, controls are difficult. Okay, how are we doing here? This barbecue is getting close. Barbecue drum. Okay. So let's see if we can get the drum to ding. Ding for us, drum, ding for us. Oh, there's a bit under here. That's what the problem is. Okay. Ah, come on. No, that's done. Oh boy, this drum. A lot of bits and pieces to it. There we go. So let's see if I can get myself to stand up. Here we go. So the stand is good. The drum is good. The grill is good. I think we got it. I think we're good over here. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. Table. So, Dragon Ball. As of yesterday morning, I rolled the credits on Dragon Ball. We finished the main story, which is good. That's not to say we're done. We are not, but we did roll credits. I let the credits roll, so that's done. The main story is finished. The Majin Buu saga is over. And thank goodness, because Majin Buu was a pain in the butt to fight, especially in his later forms, and especially his last form, because he had a tendency to, about every 5 seconds or so, do some move that would drop you into a 10-second cutscene, which it's like, ah. So once again, I'm watching the game instead of playing it, because, you know, I can't do anything while the cutscene's going off. So he was quite annoying, and he would do it like all the time. It's like, I just want to get through this, and I had to fight him like 4 times yesterday. And I don't know what it was, but not this week, but last week, something was causing my health to drain. And I didn't really kind of realize it, I wasn't really getting hit by the enemies, but my health was draining fast. To the point where I was blowing through my healing items. And so I thought it was a transformation. One of the transformations is like, yeah, you get this big transformation, but it drains your health as you're fighting. I thought that may be it, so I'm going to turn that off as soon as I get into the fight, because I wasn't getting hit, but I was losing health like crazy. So I figured I could just turn that off, but I didn't need to, because when I went in today and did it, it didn't seem to be draining my health. So I did just fine as far as fighting went. Generally speaking, I had to use some health items, but not too bad. Yeah, it's just kind of a pain because of the cutscenes, but yeah, we finished Saga 4, all done. So now we move into Intermission 4, which is long. It's got the most like little sub-stories. So it's not like we're going to be ending that really anytime soon. But we did hit a major milestone this week, so. This picnic table is all one piece. I see. What am I missing? There we go. Is there a way for me to get that? Oh dear. Okay. Are you serious? You're gonna make me get the underneath side of this? There's no way. I can't get under that. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that was good. I mean, we finished the story, and yeah, all good. So I'll start on the intermission next week. The intermission is, like I said, it's fairly long. It's got most sub-stories of any of the intermissions. But, you know, if we do like 3 per episode, it'll just be like 4 episodes. Well, is that right? I think it's maybe 4 or 5 episodes for the intermission. But I also got to do a lot of training, because I've got a whole bunch of stuff in the skills trees that's being locked out by training, because, you know, we couldn't do training while we were in that part of the story, so everything got locked until we finished the story. Whoops. Okay, we're gonna have to go on the outside again, I think. And for that, we probably will need the scaffolding. Although we could do it from here. Hang on. Maybe we can do this. Can I get up on this rail? Not really. Can I get through here? Ah! So close. So close. It's like right there. Oh well, that's fine. I probably will have to go underneath. There's just no getting around it. So yeah, um, you know, my comments about Dragon Ball are pretty much the same as always. It's a very watchy game, more than a play game. I feel like there's not a ton of gameplay in that game. It's just more of a, this is the story, which is fine. It's just, it's weird. It's a weird one. But maybe that's over now that we've got into the intermission, because it won't be quite so much in the story. It'll be more about the, you know, the sub-stories. We shall see. So, in the anime, I just happen to know this because I know, honestly, guys, I know Laura Bailey from Saints Row. Saints Row 2, she was one of the voices of the main characters. So that's where I first became familiar with her. And so when I see her name, it sticks in my head. Say, oh, that's the person from Saints Row. She was, in the anime, she was the voice of Child Chi-Chi, which is Goku's wife. Goku, I have to think about that one for a second. Goku, Gohan. Yeah, Goku's wife, Gohan's mother. Okay, so we're done here, right? Let's go look underneath. So I looked as the credits were rolling to see if she was the voice of Chi-Chi again as a child, because there was a couple of places, I guess. This didn't get finished. What? Oh, I finished the underside. Guess I did not. Huh. Okay. Must have missed that. Okay, and it turns out she is not the voice in the game. It's somebody else. Of Child Chi-Chi. And honestly, I was a little bit surprised to see that credit pop up, because I don't remember Chi-Chi being a child in the game. Unless we had a flashback? Because in Dragon Ball Kakarot, or Dragon Ball Z, I should say, she's definitely an adult. So I don't really know why they would have a child Chi-Chi in the credits. I don't remember them ever having a flashback to the children version of the main characters. I mean, they do in the memories thing, but those are still frames. Those are not voiced. So I don't really remember why you would have a child, unless there's something I'm forgetting, which is possible. But yeah, they had a child Chi-Chi credit. And it was not Laura Bailey. It was somebody else. So, there you go. I guess I should say, in the English dubbed version of that anime, you guys probably understand what I'm talking about. Of course, she was not the original voice, but I could not, for the life of me, tell you who the original voices were, because I don't speak Japanese. I don't know if you know this, but I don't speak Russian. Sorry. Nobody's going to get that reference. Install this. Okay, pretty good. So that brings us to the next game, which was Immortals. Again, for the third week in a row, no power failures while playing that game, so good deal there. Maybe we finally sorted that out. That'd be good. Like I've said, I actually moved down from 4K down to 2K on that recording, and then it's being upscaled to 4K by the recording software, which is fine. You know, I don't really notice a difference myself, but some people may. But apparently I can't run it at 4K. It just flips the circuit. Although I did make a change, and I haven't tested it with that change. Instead of plugging the computer into the wall, I plugged it into a power strip, which is a high-end power strip, which maybe is smoothing out the fluctuations in that power draw, which might be helping things. Maybe, I don't know. Honestly, I'm not an electrician. I don't know how all that works, but it's possible that could help. You think it would be the other way around, like the power strip would protect on the computer side, but I think it also helps clean up the power draw some. So, and it does have its own fuse on the power strip. So, and I don't know what it's rated at, but it might be that particular fuse is just a little bit overly sensitive, but I don't know. It really shouldn't be anywhere near to tripping, based on what I know about what's being drawn off that circuit. So, who knows? I don't know. Maybe the power strip is helping. But anyway, yes, I have dropped down to 2K. Everything seems to be fine. We've gone 3 weeks with no power failures on that game, so I'm cautiously optimistic that we have successfully solved that particular issue, at least until it happens again. and then there'll be a lot of cursing. But otherwise, I'm quite liking that game. I know it's kind of a spin-off on one of the Assassin's Creed games that it was inspired by Assassin's Creed during the development of one of their games. But I'm quite enjoying it. I think it's good. It doesn't get a huge number of views, but it gets some. So I am in the third area of the game, which is what's it called? Kleos something. It's not Kleos' Valley, but it's something Kleos. It's the Aphrodite area. So working our way through that. It's not a huge section. It's not big. It's like the Valley of Eternal Springs was much bigger, like twice the size of this one. So getting through it. Okay. Why is this metal duct railing so dirty? I guess we still gotta do the outside. Well, that one's done. Okay. Come on. Okay, that's pretty good. That's looking all right. All right, we gotta go to the outside of this rail, apparently. And I think we're gonna need this for that. Oh dear. Okay. Guess we're getting there. Shoot. I was hoping it would ding, but it did not. There it went. Nice. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Oh, that's the upper rail. Okay. We don't want to deal with that just yet. How are we doing here? 25%. Yeah, so, you know, working our way through Phoenix. It feels like it's slowed down, like upgrading wise, and it is definitely, I think, jeez, I think it's definitely slowed down, which is fine, you know. Middle deck. How are we gonna get up there? Jeez Louise. Something dinged. How come you didn't ding? Because you're dirty over here? There you go. Oh boy, this is gonna hurt my neck just looking at it. So yeah, it's fun. I like collecting all the stuff and doing the vaults and whatnot. It's interesting. I like it. It's a good game. You know, it didn't really catch on. They're not going to do another one. but that's fine. You know. I don't know that they need to do another one. It was a good game. It did the thing that it set out to do, and that's all you really need. Not every game needs to be turned into a big old franchise. There you go. Took a minute to get that one to go. So yeah, how far into that game are we? We're, gosh, we're 23 episodes in. That's amazing to me. It feels like we just started that game, and yet somehow we're at episode 23 that I just recorded. That's I really do feel like that's one of like the newer games, right? But it's really kind of not. It's been around for a little bit. That's kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, we're in no danger of finishing it anytime soon. So. Obviously, the next game we're going to finish is Lego. Which, speaking of Lego, I ran through episode 33 today. There's going to be a total of 36, so there's 3 more after the one that I just did. This joist is still dirty. Why are you still dirty? We finished the 6th and final mission for the Grievous storyline, General Grievous. So he is done, and in fact he's the 3rd and final story of the game. So that's pretty good. Come with me if you want to live. Let's see. I'm gonna go this way. So yeah. What's left is the 3 epilogue missions. So that's what we're going to be doing starting next week. I will say I went through the 6th story of Grievous, and when I went in, we started with 2 that we had gotten in story mode, 2 canisters out of the 10, and by the time I got out, I only had 5. And that's with the extra on that shows you where they are. Some of that was just because it was kind of obscure, and some of it was just because either I wasn't paying as close attention as I should have, which is, yeah, sure. But also, in some places it pushes you forward, like if you go through a certain doorway, like the story goes forward and stuff. So, and then you get locked out of the area behind. And so by the time I got out of there, I had only found 3 more. So I had to go back in and find the other 5, which is always fun. Okay, what's up with this railing? Yeah, it's got a whole section over there, which I can't see. Boo. Oh, this is there we go. Let's say this is a far distance. There you go. Yay. Okay. So yeah, we're basically moving into the epilogue of that story, of that game. Which is good. Oh my god, look at all that. Holy crap. Does that thing fit under there? No. It does not. Oh dear. Oh dear. How in the world am I gonna... Okay, excuse me. Keep moving up, please. How am I gonna get the underside of that? Oh my goodness. That's gonna be a bear. I'm gonna have to constantly be moving this thing around. And I can't get to a lot of it. Well, I guess it's as good a time as any to get started. So yeah, that game is in its kind of closing stages. I believe I have gotten everything off of the Separatist ship. Like all the craft, spacecraft and the ground assault crafts. That's all done. Oh boy. How in the world are we supposed to do this? If I can't get the thing under there, the ladder won't go under there, right? Oh, we got a shorter one. Is that a shorter one? It is a shorter one. Oh, they thought of everything. This one fits underneath. Okay. I see. I see what the deal is here. Okay. This is much more convenient. So I'm going to have to move it around a lot, but that's all right. So yeah. And then, you know, like I've said in the past, after that game will come the next Lego game, which is going to be Pirates of the Caribbean. Which is fun. Not a super long game, that one. I think we'll be done in 20 episodes. If what I'm planning on doing comes to pass, because there's 20 levels, but there's story mode and free play mode, so you got to do each one twice. If I do 2 levels per episode, which I think is what I want to do, that's going to be 20 episodes. So, pretty quick and short game. Oh man. Okay, let's try this way. That's better. Gotta get closer to that one. Okay, let's see. Let's move you there. Let's try this spot. Oh yeah, that's fun. I enjoy the Lego games. I think, yeah, I mean, I've talked about this before. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I do think that they've tried to make Lego Star Wars 3 just a little bit more difficult, but I'm not sure it really works like they wanted it to. They made it difficult by making it more frustrating. And I'm not one for frustration as a play mechanic. That's not my thing. That's why I don't play the Dark Souls games. I mean, I get why people do it, but it's not my thing. Not for me. I want to be entertained while playing my games. I don't want to be frustrated by them. So, I don't know how this is going to work. I'm just kind of hitting random spots. It's going to end up with a bunch of spots that I haven't cleaned, and I'm not going to know where they are. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Like, you see what I mean? There's like a little section right in here that I can't reach from back here. It's just going to be sitting there, and I'm not going to be able to see it. Oy, it's going to be tricky. I feel like this area is going to be tricky. This may be the biggest pain of the entire thing. It's this underside. Oh, I fell. People are falling. Sorry guys, let me just take a look here. I'm going almost 2 hours. Okay. I think what I want to do is maybe, how much of this do we have? Maybe we'll finish off this bottom bit and then call it there. We'll see. I feel like this bottom bit's going to take a while. So if I get too tired, we'll stop early. But yeah. Oh, right. News. I was going to say the news thing, and I didn't do it. Yeah, look at this. Jeez. So you guys will get videos this week, starting tomorrow and all week, just like normal. But then the next week, and I will remind you of this next week when we stream, there will be no videos. I am producing videos just like normal. I am, making them just as I always do. the difference is they're going to sit an extra week inside the members area, so that you can push that out a little bit. Right now they sit in there for a week. I'm going to push it to 2 weeks, and then I'm going to push it out even further than that, but just a little bit at a time, not all at once. I think I've talked about this last week, but okay, you're done, you're done, you're done, you're not done. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh dear, these joists. Okay. That one's done. That one's done. That one's not. Must be on the other side where I can't see it. Alright, we'll get it in a bit. Yeah, so that's gonna happen not this week, but next week. So the videos are there. In fact, I already uploaded God of War this morning, but it's not. You guys aren't going to see it until February 9th, which is a week later than what you might be expecting. So, but you'll get the regular God of War video tomorrow. So, just so you're aware, I'm not going anywhere. Nothing's happening. It's just I want to push out the members stuff a little bit. Just give them a little extra time for that. And yeah, like I say, eventually I'm going to push it out even further, but we'll do it a bit at a time. I don't want to be doing it all at once. Yeah, I mean, I think I talked about this last week, so I don't want to repeat a bunch of stuff. Okay, I think we're good here for right now. Let's see. Let's try there. Let's see what we can get from here. Yeah. So yeah, that's what's happening with the channel. That's that and the Discord thing. All happened. I wasn't really planning on doing a Discord thing. It just somebody asked and I had nothing against it. So I was like, okay, I'll set one up. I don't imagine it's going to be heavily trafficked. But it's there in case anybody wants to use it. I monitor it. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm there all the time, but I'm there sometimes. I think it's on right now, I think, right? Hang on. Yeah, it's on. It's right there. Yeah. So, I guess football's going on. I hope those of you who still have teams in the playoffs, there's 4 teams left, are doing well. My team was defeated last week, so my football season is over. I'll watch the Super Bowl, but I don't really have a horse in the race anymore, so I'm not really that invested in who wins at this point. Goodness, goodness, goodness. Okay, let's try this. Man, this thing is tricky. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm trying to decide if I have anything else to tell you guys. I don't think that I really do. I think I've given you all the news from the channel anyway. That there is. I don't think I have much else to say about the channel anyway. I mean, I could tell you about work and stuff, but nobody cares about my work, right? I don't even care about my work. So, why should you guys? Missing link factor, sometimes called Bigfoot because of their one big foot, kind of like a bear's. The other one's small, like a cat's. I found track evidence of this myself. That seems unlikely. I'm gonna have to call BS on that. That's why would you have one big foot and one small foot? I don't believe you. I was just looking at, okay, there we go. Let's get that. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure there's much else I can... Okay, I can do this. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. This under area is a pain. As we knew it would be. Alrighty. Whew. Good here, good here. Let's try there. So we must hit, oh yeah, we're at 41%, nice. I was gonna say we must hit 40% because I got a message. Always on the 20s with those guys. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So I have to, one of my projects for hopefully this summer is I have to build my deck out in the back. Like I said, my backyard is a mess right now, and that's because it's just been sitting as dirt for the last, you know, bunch of years. We made some progress. I mean, I made some progress last year, putting the grass, and that's how I ended up breaking my ankle, was working on that, whatever it was, 3 years ago. And so everything got put on hold after that happened, because then after that my wife got sick, and so nothing happened on it for like a couple of years. But this summer for sure, I really need to get on top of like getting that advanced, and at least start putting in cement and stuff. The dirt's got to get covered up. And there's a big patch of cement that I got to put in for underneath the planters, and underneath actually the deck itself as well, and all the drainage lines that go in for that. Yeah, and I've got to work on that, because I can't go another winter like this. It's ridiculous, and I'm gonna have to bring some people in to do some of the work. I'm doing a lot of it myself, just because, well, it's interesting. It's interesting work, and you know, I could pay for somebody to do it, but it would be super, super expensive. Now, I will have people do some bits of it, like the porch part, because I don't think I'm qualified to do that part, because it actually connects to my house. And actually they have to break into the house, according to the plans that I got permitted. And I don't want to do that, because that's, you know, I don't want to screw up my own house. So I want somebody who's professional to get that done. You're in the way, dude. Oh, why can't I get you out of here? Come on. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to go someplace else, please. Anywhere else would be fine. So yeah, I'm gonna have somebody work on that. It has big giant piers that are sunk into the ground about 3 feet, and I've got the holes dug for those, but I'm probably gonna have somebody like pour the actual cement for that, because again, those piers hold up that. They're like, the actual cement part is like 2 by 2 by 2 feet. So they're big giant things, and they're in the ground. And they're holding up the like the overhang, the bit that actually connects into the interior of my house. So they can't move. So I don't want to do it myself, because I feel like I need a professional for that. So I'm going to have somebody come in and pour that cement. But you know, you got to get inspections and stuff, so I will be heavily involved with all that. Yeah, we're going to get some of that dirt covered up this summer. That's a thing I want to get done for sure, because it's been sitting for far too long. I kind of lost all motivation after my wife passed, and didn't really have any reason, because one of the big things, you know, she wanted the planters and stuff back there, and which is good. I mean, I like planters and stuff, but yeah, now I've got to do the planting, and I don't know what to put back there, but I'm gonna put them in. That's what the permits say, and I'm not gonna change them now. So, and it's all set up for that. So I'm going to do it. But yeah, nice. Why are these still dirty? That's the upper level? Okay. Alright, that's fair enough. So yeah. And it'll be nice for the dog because she's pretty good about going out on the grass and staying off the mud for the most part, but every once in a while she gets excited and is barking at somebody outside and will run across the mud. And then it tracks all in my house. And it's clay, so it's just nasty. It's nasty to work in. It's nasty if it gets wet, it gets everywhere. It's sticky if it gets wet, so you can't really work with it during the winter. But on the good side is once you've got it worked, it's not going anywhere. Like, it's solid. So when we put those piers down, it's going to sit on that clay, and I think probably a layer of gravel and stuff. I think they do that. And well, that stuff, it shouldn't go anywhere. It really should not. It better not. Anyway, that's the idea. So. Okay. We are getting there. This joist still has something on it. Why? I don't see anything. Maybe it continues on. Okay. This under area, I'll tell you. So let's see. We're working over here. That's right. Okay. Come with me. So yeah, somehow I'm gonna have to find the time to work on that, and use all the tools. I'll let you guys in on a secret. I am terrified of like quickly spinning blades. Not that I can't use them. I do use them, and I have used them, but it's not a comfortable thing. Those things are scary. They'll take your fingers right off. I have a little portable table saw that I use, and I have a what do you call it? Not a jigsaw. Well, I do have a jigsaw, but like one of those circular saws that is kind of connected to a table and it comes down. I can't remember what it's called. I'm blanking on its name. That I use all the time. I used them to put in the grass. And you're thinking to yourself, what do you mean you used it to put in the grass? Well, yeah, you'd be surprised. The border around the grass is where the cement is going to be, so I had to actually put wood all the way around it, almost all the way around it. So yeah, that all had to be cut. And then there's a lot of, because I have clay, there's no drainage. There's no natural drainage in my yard. So everything has to be done via drainage pipes. So those all have to be cut because they're too big to, it's easy to cut them, you know. It's just too much of a pain to cut them by hand. So you just stick them underneath the little saw and cut them right up. So yeah, I used it quite a lot. I'm not saying I can't use them, but I don't love it. Oh boy. Okay, come here, you. That should do. Which is which is really weird. I remember growing up, my dad had a full-size table saw, and it was just a bare blade sitting, you know, inside the table, right? It's just a blade. And nowadays, you know, they've got all these guards on top of them, and to prevent kickback, which for sure you do want to do. But I remember back, I mean, he would just use that thing, right? And it still does to this day, as far as I know. It's like, looking back on that, I'm like, oh man, how did we not get hit by something flying back at us, you know? This kickback is a thing. If the wood that you're cutting, the piece cuts off and turns and catches the blade, it'll throw it right back at you. And, you know, not slowly. But they've got guards for that now. So that the blade can't catch, or the wood can't catch the blade like that as it leaves the saw. So, but yeah, back in the day, there was just a bare blade sitting in a recess on a table. It's scary. How did we ever survive? And I was there helping him, you know? Not every time, but sometimes. Sometimes he'd have like this really long piece of wood that he needed to cut, or like, yeah, like cut it lengthwise, like down the length. I forget what you call that. And so he needed help with that because somebody had to hold the other end as it came through the table. So I'm there helping him. And you had to be careful. I was not always very good at it because as you're holding the pieces, you got to hold them apart. Because if you don't, it'll bind the blade and then it'll blow the fuse. I had it happen a few times. But yeah, we did all that. Anyway, I got on that subject because I was talking about my tools, and how I'm going to have to be using them soon to work on my yard. Ah, for the love of Pete. Come here, you. This underside's going to be just a giant pain in the butt. There. especially those joists. Okay, everything good over here? Alright, it's looking alright. A lot of dinging going on. I don't think it's reaching. Alright. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oops. That's not the button I wanted. Perfect. Nice. Okay, let's try and get back here a little bit. Okay. How are we doing? That joist is good. Okay, we're getting pretty close. There's a joist that's no good. Okay, a couple over here. Let's move this down a bit. That one's probably the other side. Yeah. Shoot. Move this down a little bit further. Come on, you. There you go. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, we're looking pretty good here, I think. I mean, you got these outer things. That choice is no good. What's going on with you? It's a choice problem here somewhere. Let's try to get as many of these as we can. Ah, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, that one's good. This one right here, being a pain. Is it the other side? Nope, it's this side. For some reason it will not get up in there. Son of a bitch. You. Gonna make me drag this thing over here? For that. Okay, how are we doing? I see a joist right there. Okay. Okay. What's your deal? There you go. Jeez. So many of these things. Okay. Alright. You. I can't get to it. There you go. This one's still a mess for some reason. Really? Why? Doesn't look like that's what? Oh, I see. Oh, that can be solved by going up the stairs. What did I just... Oh. Really? This one is... Oh, well, it's on the outside. I'm not as concerned by that. I think, guys, I think we're good. I think we got it. As much as I'm going to need to work on it today, I think. Oh, look at this thing. Alright, let's work on this real fast. Excuse me, little ball. Playground border. Well, how far around does this go? harder to do this than you think. But I want to get it. Most of the way there. There we go. Okay. I think we are good here, gang. We got almost 50% of the way through this, and that's pretty good considering. And we got, I think, what is probably the most difficult part, which is the bottom. I'm not saying we got 100% of every possible last joist, but I think we got the vast majority of them. Maybe we got them all. I don't know. Not the outside ones. I'm not counting the outside ones because those have to be done on this side as well. But everything else, I think we got the underside pretty well done, which is good. Which is good. Let's see. Is there any more underside anywhere? Or did we get it all? You know? I think we might have gotten all of it, other than the stairs. Not counting the stairs, but even a lot of the stairs, though, we got done, right? I mean, yeah. We got underneath the actual steps, but maybe just that one. Well, this one, the circular one, we'd have to do. That'll be kind of tricky. But we'll get to it. It's fine. It's fine. Fortunately, we don't have to do this little path. Where does this go? Oh, it won't let me go that way. What does this say? Lost cat? Cool. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, I think we're done here. So thanks for stopping by. If you came in, Tag and Tor and everybody who stopped in. I see we got quite a few people who came in. I didn't say a whole lot, but hey, thanks for coming by. Again, I will try to remember to link the Discord server in this video. If I don't, though, it's in my About section. So if you just go to my channel and you hit the About, you'll see the link there. It's a permanent link. Feel free to stop in and say hi, but you know, no obligation. It's fine. It's, you know, people can come or not. It's no big deal. So yeah. Anyway, yep. Enjoy the videos this week, guys, and I will see you all next week for our next stream. So yep. Take care. See you then.